Thomas goes fishing. Thomas's branch lane is a station by the river. As he rumbled over the bit, he would see people fishing. Sometimes they stood very quietly by their fishing lines and rods. Sometimes they were actually jerking fish out of the water. Thomas often wanted to stay and watch, but his driver said, "No, what would the fish controller say if we were late?" Thomas thought it would be lovely to go fishing by the river on one very fine summer morning. It wasn't too fastly hot. "I should like to go fishing," he said to himself longingly. Every time he met another engine, he would say, "I want to fish." They all answered, "Go on, get out of it. Engines don't go fishing." "Silly stick in the mud," he would snort impatiently. Thomas generally had to take in water at the station by the river. One fine summer morning, he stopped as usual, and his driver put the pipe from the water tower into his tank. Then he turned the tap. But as he turned the tap, it was out of water. Sorry. Out of water. But when he turned the tap, the water didn't come out. It was out of order. "Bother," said Thomas. "I'm thirsty." "Never mind," said his driver. "We'll get some water from the river." He should have said. Then he turned the tap, but it was out of order. Then he turned the tap, but it was out of order, and the water came. And it turned the tap, but it was out of order, and the water came. Oh, sorry. And it turned the tap, and it was out of order, and the water came. It's not in the script. Not in the script. It is in the script. They found a bucket and some rope onto the bridge. Then the driver let the bucket down into the water. The bucket was old and it had 5 holes. I didn't like having some bucket that had some 5 holes. looking at the fireflies. Can't make them stop, so they hit the fillet, pulled up the fireflies, and emptied into Thomas's tank as quickly as they could. There's a hole in my bucket, leather, said the fireman. Never mind about leather, said the driver. Now, you empty that bucket before you spill the water over there. They finished at last and put the bucket with 5 holes. Why? They finished at last. It's good, of Thomas. Just started an inner incredible and Hitler behind. They puffed along the villa and in the tunnel, chuffing over well and over fine, when suddenly something strange happened. Thomas began to feel something strange, giving him a pain in the boiler. While steam began to hiss from his safety valve in an alarming way. There's too much steam, said his driver. His finger opened the tip in the feed pipe to let more water in the boiler, but none came. Oh! Thomas came out of the tunnel. He was feeling blocked up and not feeling well. Oh, Tom, he cried, it hurt to burst, it hurt to burst. They damped down his fire and struggled on. You've got such a pain, you've got such a pain, Thomas hissed, still feeling sad and stuffed up. They stopped just outside the last station, uncoupled Anna and Clapwell, and ran Thomas, who was still hissing fit to burst, and feeling stuffed up, and not feeling well, on a siding out of the way. And while the guard telephoned for an engine inspector, the fireman put out the fire, and the driver wrote notes in large letters, which he put it on Thomas in behind. Danger, keep away.